Fresh meat! Fresh meat!
Rounded out, they've got a little bit of everything. We are
to close things up. Is it going to be a good game for it, or do you think Alliance might be able to walk away with a 2-0?
He just left the game.
Not using void help.
He's back.
He's back.
Okay. They got the combo, right? If they can get to that point, sure.
Yeah.
But I like Alliance's chances. They have Nyx versus Invoker. Like that is, it's never easy. It's always going to be difficult for the Invoker.
Yes.
Your int gain, like, you have the highest, if not the, I think it's the second highest int gain. I think Pugna's like 4.8 or 5. Invoker has 4.6. Just Nyx mana burning you in the mid game and stuff like that. It's devastating. We'll see what Miracle can do. He's gonna go. It looks like Quaswex, at least to start it off here.
Yeah,
it looks like he wants to be a little bit more active. I think that actually fits because looking at their actual overall control in the games, like Oracle Tusk is kind of weak overall. His ILTW
nice. He's very, 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 very dead.
He went up
on his own.
Accept this honor on behalf of storms everywhere.
I clearly just didn't expect at all Alliance to be there, but they were. A whole team of them. First blood for Alliance, very easily for him.
All right, FNG, maybe they'll get one back.
Run into a hard
and they give it to Miracle,
Whatever
so he's got a little bit extra to start with. Tangos, not the first blood, but some extra gold at the least.
Yeah. No, I mean, as you said, the Nyx Assassin is going to be an issue for Miracle, and they've got a lot of heroes that are going to get in the face of Miracle, right? There's PA Storm down the lines. They are heroes that are going to be able to, that all three cores are going to be able to jump on top of Miracle. So it's not going to be an easy game for his Invoker, and a lot of pressure really on the saves. And of course, both supports that he does have behind him this game, Tusk and Oracle, can offer that sort of protection, which he is definitely going to need when Alliance come hunting for him in the mid game.
Yeah, absolutely. The thing is, though, I'm looking at this Void, and I'm looking at the Invoker, and we're seeing the specialty, the amazingness. Where else is the damage coming from in that Chrono? If there's no Invoker there,
sure, it's all Miracle.
Like, no damage. It has to be Miracle to do it. So if he does get taken out at the start of the fights, it could go pretty one-sided. Alliance could just dominate it. So we'll see how it all ends up after these lanes. Let's see how this Timbersaw is able to do this game. I feel like that's what's going to happen.
Oh, look at this mid. As TP over from GH nice and early. They're looking to try and do something about Limp, but they're not going to be able to do so. As an aggressive TP there. GH just TPing out straight away. Level 1, of course. Nothing else to offer to catch Limp. So Limp's able to walk away.
Like, he's done this, I've seen so many times now, just TPing to help out Miracle. Usually it's around like the level 2, and 2 of the times was an IO, but that's not even a minute and a half in, and he tries to help out mid. Okay.
Denied!
He's gonna make his way back up to top. Try and help put some pressure onto Nico Baby safely.
He's got to stay up here. That's the thing about GH. Like, he moved mid, now his TP won't be available for the next type of move. And he does have to help Michael. Like, this PA, as well as this Snapfire, the Orb of Venom, and then the Blightstone on the other hand. Centaur not really tanky in HP, but his armor is a bit low. Even with the Ring of Protection, he's at this 4. One of the lower. Do need GH up there.
And then down on the bottom lane, RTW, S4. We're seeing any of these cores going to have a tough time down here?
I don't think the cores are at all. I think maybe Kuroki could have some problems if he steps up too far. S4 though, I think this is very free for Timber.
Sure.
Last time he was very zoned. He was versus IO Gyro, heavy damage.
Oh, Kuro.
A lot of damage coming between these two. Kuro, once he just gets him by himself.
He's able to just walk him down a second round of the Impale and he's gone.
And they did get the side pull off. I think they denied 2 of the creeps or so, maybe 1.5. ILTW will be able to get that range creep. So ILTW should be able to get his farm down here, as long as he does have the Oracle behind him for the most part. But there is some harassment that this Timbersaw and Nyx lane can actually do to avoid too, since he does have the Orb of Venom on the Timber.
To top, GH and Mind Control. They're running down FNG. They're gonna have him here, FNG. Oh, the South! It's a little bit of an attempt to stay alive, but the South will be put to waste as they trap him in the shards.
Stupendous!
PA still free farm. Nico Baby has the entire creep wave under the tower. Not gonna miss a single one, it looks like. So they pulled him all the way out of the lane. Be able to go for that kill. GH again, swinging toward mid. At least this looks like to grab a bounty rune this time, but he could look to make moves. He could still be looking to make those pressure plays onto the Storm. Still is the Invoker Quaswex, Storm Knight is still 6. They could look to get a kill and enable Miracle and give him an urn charge. That would actually be pretty nice if they can.
Absolutely, yeah. If they can set up, see how quick Alliance will be on TPs if Nigma do try and make a play onto Limp.
Watch FNG. We'll keep him. This is a note for the 5 positions, guys. Look at him walking to his lane. Saving his TP in case anything happens. Very important. Because there's nothing that he doesn't need to be back top. Nico Baby's not getting pressured, so saving TP, very important as your 5 positions.
The bottom lane, Kuro.
Oh.
The stick charges, and it will be fine here this time round, but still having to play very careful on this Oracle as Alliance keep running him out of the lane.
He's securing. LTW is still getting all that secured front. So, no, Kuro is getting hunted. It's going well for the Void.
And CS across the map, I mean, everyone's doing all right. I mean, a little bit of a lead here in the mid. Well, even though he's sure he's up on the CS, but Miracle's actually got more denies, so all in all, rather close on the mid lane as well.
Yeah, Mind Control having to jungle, though, is definitely a concern. They've completely ditched the top lane. He actually steals the small camp from his Invoker. Invoker doesn't farm it anyway. He's not like a Storm or a Kunkka or anything like that, so it's not too bad taking it away, but is moved out of the lane for the time being. GH leaving that. So Nico Baby is going to have absolute free farm compared to the Void, who is getting pressured.
Some things we're just not meant to be.
You have to feel good if you're Alliance.
Not for sure. That's just going to give Nico Baby good path to first quick major item mid lane. Running the mana of Limp.
What's FNG up to? Looks like he's just starting to get some wards down, at least a sentry. Just checking if there was one in the area here. Doesn't actually put down his ward.
Dyer's courier.
Okay, he's just gonna get a lane ward. I thought he was gonna scout the triangle area to watch in case the Centaur does go back there, but nope, he's gonna get a lane ward in Mind Control. He'll cut the wave to secure his Vanguard. He doesn't want to die in the lane from the little Shredder and that annoying minus armor coming in from the Orb of Corrosion, but he might actually get caught here.
I mean, they're gonna try and punish him.
Kill.
Tower is in danger.
He's going for the TP out. Oh no! Oh. Cookie straight over him.
Tower is under attack.
He could have cookied Nico maybe too if they don't.
If they'd have been able to coordinate, sure, they only just got vision, so it's very much a case of he may just be about to finish the TP, so FNG, he just goes for it, hoping that maybe the Radius would catch him, but ends up just leaping right over him.
And now he's got Vanguard, so now he can actually return to the lane a lot safer, not going to be at risk of dying from the crazy chase from PA and Snapfire. Snapfire is making the move. S4 getting close to level 6 down bottom already. ILTW only level 5. This is going to be a tough tower for Enigma to hold on to. They do not have wave clear on anybody in the draft, actually.
Bottom, got the opener, he's dead. Very nicely done there from the Shadows coming in Alliance.
And they tower dead. Just from that, they have no way to be able to, they can't fight down here and they can't keep
on mid, Limp. It's going for Miracle. Miracle's got backup. GH coming in as well as Kuro. The shards out Limp. And he's got enough to jump over these shards if he needs to. In fact, he's happy to turn and punch back into GH.
Structures are fortified.
He used the static and I was like, oh god, he actually used the remedy. He can't actually chase him. He will get the catapult killed though. He walks up to the high ground, so no pressure from Enigma onto the mid tower.
LTW, he came back. He did come back down here.
Radiant's bottom tower.
He's going to be fine.
He's very lucky to live.
This is not a place for him to be anymore.
Radiant's bottom tower has fallen.
This is going to be problematic for the early game of Enigma. Like, I don't know how they actually stop the pushes when the Timbersaw just starts cruising through with level 4 reactive armor. They're going to have to bring the fight. They're going to have to bring quite a lot of heroes to actually just stop that because they don't have wave clear. They have to actually just fight to stop those tower pushes.
Let's see what Enigma can catch down here.
They're going to go for him.
See Hansken, can he give any sort of safety here? They're going fully in onto S4. They'll have the burst. They'll bring down S4. They'll actually get the snowball over towards FNG as well. So Enigma, they make the rotation. They'll get 2 kills for it. Kuro's happy. He's the one to get the last hit on the both.
Tag team, always a blessing. That's enough damage to take them out. And now LTW can actually farm the lane a little bit better as they are able to make that nice aggressive move. Miracle also with this urn, get a little more active.
Trying to lead in on mid, but Hansken is around. We'll trap him.
Also might be in trouble.
He's looking pretty dead. It's Enigma. They're getting action going. They're getting these kills. Of course, overall, their Alliance, they do have their 3 cores at the top, and Nico Baby, this PA, has continued to have complete free farm here in the opening 8 minutes. No attention yet to be brought towards this top lane.
No, in this Centaur, sure, he's got Vanguard, but still, the armor is something that's going to be one thing that we look at. Sure, he's got the 6, but with the little Shredder plus Medallion, he's going to be at -11 very quickly, plus the Orb of Corrosion, he's even more. He does have to be quite cautious up here with Stampede on cooldown.
We'll see mid, RTW.
He's making the hit.
And at the same time, they're making the moves around mid lane. Mind Control will go down top. I'll see if Enigma's able to do something with this around the mid. As RTW is looking for the setup. As a Chrono, isn't going to really want to use it just for Handscan alone. And actually, Handscan actually juking around the trees as they can't really get a clear angle in onto it. As he's actually going to be able to walk away despite being surrounded pretty much by the 4 members of Enigma.
Oh, that was so nice. S4, he's trying to get an angle to be able to approach back in. He's got the hood, a lot tankier now, and he should be able to stop this tower push. We'll see what Limp does with his time, as he does see this bounty rune up on the high ground. Doesn't look to want to go into there, as Enigma's starting to chase him.
I mean, this is sort of time spent where Enigma's running around the map. RTW was sort of away from it in the creeps. GH and Miracle, they will get set up onto FNG. Cold Snap, he has no escape. Enigma, this active group that they've got roaming around the map is getting these pickoffs. It's not slowing down the cause of Alliance.
No, it's not. And I mean, Tinderson now has his new home. He's going to take over the mid lane, stop any pushes coming on there. Kuroki, he's getting his levels bottom. And Limp, so just continuing to get really fun.
RTW is going to see an opportunity to just jump in, drop the coin off, lift it out, enough damage! Limp's away! He's able to get out of there! And now Alliance, they're going to turn and try and fight back. Snowball will give some safety for RTW. They pop the Stampede as well to get them out. But they're chasing over to Miracle. As they've got the detection, Dust is out. They're in with the dagger. Miracle, he's popping the stick charges. He's trying to run, but he can't get away from this as they'll kill off Miracle. Nico Baby's able to pick up the kill. He's the one to take it.
And you definitely tip him if you're Limp. You know, they've been tipping each other back and forth. The last game, he tornadoed him during the chrono. He literally stopped so much damage going on to the storm. Like, if he just does EMP and then tornado,
you're right.
It's a secured kill, but that's a big mistake from Miracle.
Absolutely. If RTW is able to get one more hit in, that's all that was needed. That was a guaranteed kill, but it wasn't the case. And Alliance able to turn it around and end the whole scenario with them being the ones to take down the enemy mid laner.
And Chrono Sphere has a very long cooldown. It's got 107 left, and it's going to be tough for them to make moves. So they're going to continue us for it. They're going to poke him. That hurt.
It's a bit of enough damage. Tornado. He's going to be okay. Stick charge and a Timber Chain out. He is away. Well, that's going to continue to be the case for most of this early game, it feels like. This is definitely one of those games that at this point, 11 minutes in, damage to kill the Timber, it's going to be hard to find it. They're going to have to throw every single ability they have in the book on it.
Yeah, they're going to need the Vessel, and Miracle is at least close to that. So that will at least open up the opportunities, because without that, I mean, their damage is really going to be limited quite a lot across the board from Enigma, just with the way that they have set themselves up and the way this early game has gone. Skin.
Scanning things out.
Sees Miracle.
He's going to set up on this. Gets the hit, gets the stun. They're in as well. The Kiss is coming in for the side. Miracle's dead. Another move where Alliance are able to deal with the Invoker, and Limpy's looking for more. Sets up straight away over towards GH. He's given some respect to the position of Mind Control, but S4 is ready to cut him with the Chakram, slowing down Mind Control. They can continue to chase onto this. S4 keep playing around with Mind Control, but Mind Control is very beefy with the Vanguard and the Cloak. It'll be fine, but again,
the PA, like Miko Baby, I mean, this is going to have death zone finish, so the Void is starting to really fall behind.
This is going to be hard. I mean, Nico Baby does not rely on any sort of long cooldowns at all to be highly destructive in these fights. As you say, you know, for RTW, it's all about the Chronos.
Yep. And it's a good overall matchup for the PA.
It's a good game.
Versus a Void. Like, it's sure your Maelstrom and stuff will be annoying when those procs will come out, because of that True Strike it does give when the procs do happen, but besides that, like, damage is going to be pretty limited for him.
Miracle's got to be a little more careful. Last 2 times, dying 2 times in a row. He has got backup to keep him safe, but if he ends up being too far forward, as we said off the draft, Alliance have so many ways to jump this Invoker and catch him by surprise.
And it's always going to be hard. Like, playing into Nyx is just always going to make the game naturally more difficult for the Invoker. You're just always going to get caught. You're so fragile if you do get jumped up. He's got Vessel. He needs to get a charge now for them to have any chances for them to kill that Timber if he's not completely alone. Because S4 just keeps tanking up more and more. And because of that, like, PA and Storm just free farming during all this. It feels really good if you're an Alliance fan. As Mind Control, he's got Blink. Okay, let's see what Enigma's able to do with this. Blink, they've got the Spirit Vessel, Chronos back up. This is their time to strike.
On the hunt for Radiant forces.
have it. Time round. RTW is going to be hoping there's no tornadoes coming in on his chrono this time.
Yeah.
It's not the combo.
He's scouting the whole area, getting a ward down to protect his Storm, because Limp is playing pretty far up in a pretty dangerous position, normally would be. But because of Hanskin swooping over, getting ward, not as dangerous. And they're actually going to avoid the entire smoke.
Yeah, they're not finding anything down here.
Good read of the map from Alliance, playing on this whole left side together around that Nyx assassin, which gave him info. And that's going to be pretty much the Orchid down now for Limp. So he's going to be able to pick and choose the targets he goes for. And all of them are quite susceptible to this except for the Centaur.
I mean, Limp and Nico, baby, are just... I mean, why not? They've got the minus armor. I mean, Nigma's not going to expect this at all. This is one of those timings that they're just not going to be ready for. Alliance, they're half HP. And
I want to see FNG doing a little bit more and maximizing with this Shredder. He's burning the whole charges rather than staggering that minus armor. So it makes it a little bit slower, but they're still going to get away with it.
It's going to be so quick. They're smoking up again, Nigma, to try and make it over here. See, just try and find out what Alliance is doing. It's not going to be. Oh my god! Ooh, if that
was a bash,
if that hit and it was a bash, he was absolutely dead. Living on the edge there, Nico.
It's definitely a little scary there as the Orchid comes.
It's calculated. He was like, well, if we run the calculations, this will be a miss.
It actually didn't bash like 7 hits in a row.
Yeah, it was coming up.
He got bashed. It was close. This is a huge spike now for Alliance. They're going to feel really strong in these next few fights. Just have to watch out for that mind control blink dagger. But there's still, like we said, no vessel charges still for Miracle. Hasn't found a kill yet since he's picked it up.
I mean, they're looking for action, Nigma. Really want it. So Alliance just not being caught out.
No, it's like they don't want to go for S4 until they have that vessel charge either, because they'll just get turned on. All the Alliance is waiting at the wings if they do go on this Timber. So FNG ready with kisses. He's going to get a ward down too to get them in.
They're going to try for the jump on S4. But let's give the counter space. Him straight away over the back. Stampy's pot Nigma. They're having to run. They don't know where to go. They don't know what to do. They're having to get back with the kisses. They continue to get laid down on the GH. Nico, baby, jumps in. Takes down GH. They're going to be able to bring down RTW as well. They're not done yet, Alliance. Lip trying to head up to the high ground. Miracle's away with the Ghost Walk. You saw it there. As soon as the move was made onto S4, it fell apart so quickly. Limp zips across over to the back lines, and suddenly Nigma, they're having to scatter. They're popping the Stampede, they're having to get out. There's no fight to be had as soon as Alliance knows exactly where they all are.
I mean, they're lucky even too to get out. Just Stampede actually saves like everybody's life. Otherwise, they might lose 3-4 heroes just because of that chase forward. Great bait. Alliance just, they're reading the map so perfectly this game. Just everyone's sitting behind the timber, knowing that they can't actually kill him. They immediately get the jump and a great ward. FNG wards right before the fight starts. He sees everything. That allows Limp to go for that back line instantly.
Got paper there with
a little clenching for a second. And we just keep watching, looking for Void and Invoker's net worth during all this downtime. You know, they're all about fighting, trying to win a fight to get enabled off of it, but it's just not happening.
This mid gets anywhere closer to this side of the lane, he would be in a lot of trouble, Miracle, but he won't. He's away at this point where he's close to the Midas recipe gold.
And you can understand why. He goes for Midas and scores just once. He needs Exort. He needs to max Exort this game for them to have damage for Cataclysm, so he's going to need a long time of farm for them to have that. As Alliance, they're going to have a huge window in like the next 10 plus minutes or so.
Radiant's top tower is under attack.
Now he's around. He's actually getting the catch on to Kuro. It's an easy kill.
Evaporated.
He's got, I mean, GH, he comes in for a punch. That's a bit of a cheeky punch. He's going to die for this one. The kiss is coming in as well. Mind Control's going to look to TP out. They got the damage to take him out. They don't. So Mind Control will manage to get out of there, but GH says he wants to take a fight, but he was not ready to take one.
And LTW, no TP top, no get denied. Look at Hanskin.
I mean, they're coming across.
Making the move over. They're all rotating over.
He's got to run.
No LTW TP. He has to book it.
They might catch him behind the tower if he heads straight down the lane.
They see Mind Control instead.
Mind Control's trying to jump onto S4. They're going to get the zip in. RTW's got to get out to the start. Gonna turn. Tornado's down. They've already managed to bring down Kuroki. LTW's just not really seeing an opportunity to get the chrono out, and he knows that even if he does, he's going to have the damage. As over to the side, Disarm will push them back. Limp spends some time waiting on the high ground. Nico Baby's still going. Jumps in onto GH. GH goes down. They'll bring down Nico Baby the once. Can they do it again? They have a chrono ready to go, but they're in with the silence. They make the jump onto RLTW. RLTW's going to get taken out before he can get the throw off at all. It's RLTW, Miracle, and maybe even Mind Control. They're tying underneath the tier 3s. As Nico Baby's going to be able to get out alive as well. Heads into the trees, TP's out. They're getting these kills up on the high ground, 18 minutes in, underneath tier 3 towers, and Nigma's not able to punish it.
They're just crunching through this game. ILTW, I don't even know how many times he stop cancels his chrono there. Like 10 times trying to find an opportunity.
I mean, it's hard.
They're playing it so well. The way that they like danced around it, the way that it was split up perfectly too, and it's just a quick move. They see the Void TP top, and the whole entire dynamic, the entire team of Alliance instantly swings over for a battle. They really are understanding how strong they are in the game right now. Nigma's crumbling quite quickly. This Invoker, he still has the Midas queued up. He's probably feeling like he still needs it. He just has to rush Ags, because he might not have time in the game to just make that Midas and Ags work out.
It's tough. It is very, very hard.
Very hard.
I mean, you saw, as you said, RTW he has the chrono, but he can't. He knows if he drops that chrono, there's not going to be any damage. Nobody's going to die.
And then there's 2.5 minutes where he doesn't have chrono for Alliance to just crush the next like overall.
So he's got to be so careful and so sure that when he does drop it, they get at least 1 kill or something out of it.
Yeah, they really don't have the spells to throw in there until Miracle has more levels. He can Alacrity the Void, he can throw an EMP, but besides that, the rest of the team, it's an Oracle throwing a Purifying Flames in there. That's pretty much it. So it's gonna take time, and Alliance 5k gold lead, pumping out the items.
He's got that Midas.
Solar Crest too. He's got the Midas.
Needs time. Needs time now. Get him the tomes as well. All that XP, got to get it on Miracle. Got to get him those levels. Alliance, I mean,
still looking for the fight.
They can fight whenever they want. They have
BKB,
no reason to hold back.
Full freedom, Mind Control.
Oh, and RTW.
Damage.
Oh, they're just throwing the kisses.
They are. They're going to be able to get in straight away. RTW needs help, and he needs it now. They will be able to remove the silence. RTW jumps down to the low ground, but Kuro is out. Nico Baby diving in with the BKB. Turning over towards GH. You might try to pop the Stampede. GH, he's going to live here. The dagger, not quite enough damage to get him off. Kuro's fighting back. He knows he has to keep RTW safe. But the river the stone. Force Promise comes out in time as Kuro will be able to protect RTW. He's able to turn around, take down Hansken. That's 4. He's on top of the Void here. RTW jumps off the side. It's back up to full HP. Start from Miracle, pushing back Nico Baby. They're moving it onto the PA. RTW jumps over the high ground. They're focusing down on Nico Baby. The chrono is out. They catch Nico Baby. They catch S4. They bring down the PA. They turn towards the Timber Store. Have they got enough damage for him? S4 getting low. The bashes come in. Miracle picks up the triple kill as Nigma will be able to push back Alliance as a clutch buyback from Kuro allows him to save ILTW and gives him that chance, that opportunity to keep fighting and provide that chrono to guarantee 2 big core kills.
It was so close to lifted the long zip to try to get on top of ILTW, but the false promise comes in. ILTW able to reset. Great fight. And that's right after Midas is done. Invoker now has Spirit Vessel charges, now has more levels. And perhaps, that early BKB from Nico Baby, maybe he did pop it a bit preemptively. As toward the later stages with that buyback, he doesn't have it, and they can actually get on top of it.
Just amazing buyback from Kuro. That doesn't come in. ILTW absolutely dying to burst there from Alliance. Nigma get a chance to fight back solidly as well. Back in action though, Lip. He's managed to get the jump over towards Miracle. Stuff goes down as well. Nico Baby's in with the dagger. They take out Miracle. They take down GH as well. Now the turnover towards Mind Control. They're able to close the gap with the cookie. Nico Baby's in with the damage. As Alliance, as soon as they get knocked back to the base, they respawn, they get out, and they quickly pick up 3 kills whilst Nigma isn't quite ready for the fight to get brought to them that quickly.
And was that Hanski who first got initiated on, and then he's able to turn it looked like, with the heals? That was actually pretty sick by the Nyx Assassin. And without Chrono, they feel very confident to be able to take those fights not around a tower, where they actually have this good vision advantage. It's a tier 2 now claim for Nico Baby. He is just so rich.
Wow, TW. He's away. Going for that basher next. Making sure that he gets that jump. I mean, on either the Void or the Invoker, as I say, so much pressure this game really on the supports for Nigma. Kuro and GH have to do everything to save the 2 of them. Save RTW, save Miracle.
Alliance. They smoke under vision. So Enigma, they are completely aware of this one at the moment.
Okay. 30 seconds till Chrono. RTW still leading the charge here.
He has to be careful. He does have Kuro behind. Very far behind. Look at Kuro's positioning. He's in the base because he has to watch out for this Orchid.
RTW. Ooh, stuns off the mark there from Hansken.
Okay, kisses.
There is straight away GH. He's never come over with a snowball. It's going to give time for Kuro. Kuro's going to live for now. They're heading straight over towards him. Kuro protecting himself, backing away. They've got the clocks now. The jump onto S4. They're controlling the timber zone. Nico maybe able to get in on Kuro. He's been able to crit down the Oracle. The Oracle falls. Everything kicks back, but the Chrono's out. Have they got the damage? The meatball's coming down. They bring down S4. They turn over towards Hanskin. They've taken two, but Nico maybe's cleaned them out one by one. GH tries to come in and keep RTW safe, but as soon as he's back out of the snowball, Limp and Nico baby just continue to clean up Nigma.
Nico baby doesn't get caught in the Chrono. He cleans up the backline while it's all going on. They get a nice meteor to kill at least the Nyx assassin, but Nico baby coming in strong to clean up those kills.
Yeah, this PA just shredding them. And we see at the start of it all, it was a little bit awkward. They just get the clean vision, that avenue to get straight in onto Kuroki. GH gives them a little bit of time, but now the fight just suddenly in a much more awkward position. And as you said, Nico baby just able to masterfully move target to target on the backlines. ILTW looks towards the big ones at the front, looks towards S4, who's already very low to guarantee the kill. And this PA getting all the space to head target to target.
Yeah, he does waste his BKB though. We see Nico baby pops it at the end, so at least that for Enigma, it's going to be a little bit shorter at the least, but either way, this PA now up to level 18, just jumping from target to target. If they're solo crested, if they're little shreddered, they die in 2 or 3 hits, especially now that we have that 450% crit online. And Kuro, his job is so tough. This poor Oracle is just getting focused by this storm, by this PA so hard. Look at this.
He's got some false promises there. They're wandering around in the mid lane. Alliance is there ready to jump straight away. Kuro's going to get back up to the high ground. GH is dying outside of the base. RTW is able to jump away, but there's no false promise to protect him. If they get another stun on him, he's going to go down. Counterplay comes in as they push the back with the meatball. Mind controls in over Nico baby falling down low. He's going to go down. Nigma, they turn, they take down the PA. Now with GH snowball, they're over towards FNG. They're going to be able to catch the snapfire as well. So they can control S4. Locked in by the shards. Buyback coming out from Hanskin in an attempt to get out and save S4, but they're in with the jump. The vessel's down. Another timber chain gets him away, but RTW is going to continue to try and chase Hanskin. He's going to have a stun to offer to try and hold them back. Burns them out of mind control, but S4 still continue to get control. Lim comes in with a big tip of the snowball over from GH. They're in on twice, but they still can't quite kill him. S4 still alive. They're in with the warrior punch. Finally, they'll bring down the timber saw.
Alliance doesn't respect the high ground if they walk up blindly into
and now Roshan
with your combo, and now Roshan and the Axe he's got backstage sword. It's all coming together.
It really is. Just a push that was made a little too quickly there by Alliance. Nigma ready and waiting for the turn in a fight where Chrono, it wasn't needed. It wasn't there. RTW's now got it back up. They're going to look for some sort of steal. Hanskin can come in time. Stick ahead, but the kill's already been taken. They get the edges on RTW. A lot of damage being done by the kisses, and Enigma are getting brought down low. Hanskin, can he finish anyone off? He can't. They'll lose the Nyx assassin. FNG's tried to step forward, but now Enigma's going to look to chase him down. The shards blocking him in. Nico maybe, he's jumping in aggressive, but the Chrono's up. RTW's never gets to do it, but he takes down the snapfire. They've got the lockdown. The 4 of Hoomstop and the snowball straight on the Nico maybe wants the BKB, jumps over towards Miracle. IGW getting credit, but he's back up to full HP. The bashes come in. Nico maybe jumping to escape, but there's the chase from IGW as Nico maybe falls. S4 Limp, they've got to run. They're the last 2 left alive for Alliance. IGW being forced forward here with a stampede. Limp, he's out of mana. He's running out of options to get away. IGW getting the ball on mind control. Triple kill for IGW. S4, he's bringing mind control and GH down low. The times Alice comes out though. S4, he's not going to have too much more to throw out. And mind control trying to close the gap, but mind control just continue to tease him. Give RTW the time to bash into S4. S4 with essence rings, taking enough to get away. Nearly gets the chakram control onto mind control. They can't quite kill S4, but they kill everybody else. 4 of them dying on Alliance as Nigma straight out of the Roche pit. Yeah, Alliance, they just throw bodies at them. They try and get a fight going around the timing that Nigma kill off the Roshan. They can't quite do it.
Clutch, cheese, clutch, Chrono coming into play perfectly. Didn't have in those last fights. Nico Baby, this third death. And ILTW is fully enabled. He's got so much gold now. He's almost got the MKB now to be able to fight versus that PA in most scenarios. So he might not even need the Invoker spell.
That's true.
But we do have them.
FNG.
Fully at the ready. FNG is also found.
Starting to really crumble a little bit here for Alliance. We're seeing just sort of hero after hero getting lost. Got to sort of regroup, start to bring back some of the coordinated moves they had earlier in this game, they had in game one, as Nigma really starting to outplay them in these team fights.
Yeah, and the thing is that Kuroki keeps getting jumped, right? Like, they keep getting on this Oracle, but it doesn't matter. They end up having to use so much mana, they end up having to use the majority of that BKB on the PA too in a lot of these instances. And Nigma, the team overall, have somehow brought this one back.
A solid swing there, you can see 7.5k. Back into the realms of Nigma, having the net worth lead.
And that's just scary. Like the fact that they can just get chronoed. Like 20 seconds, Chrono's going to be back up. If they get like a 2 or 3 hero chrono, the fight's just over instantly. Cataclysm's going to come in and erase some heroes. And yeah, the fights are just way harder now for Alliance. They still have to do the same type of style where they're jumping these backlines, but into Aegis now for 2 minutes, it's going to give Nigma a lot of time to get this farm and catch back up on all these scores as they've already done. Just get ahead on these scores even.
Just a few hundred gold for that MKB ILTW. Pushing on to the tier 2 already. 2 minutes of Aegis to play with. And Alliance almost certainly not going to want to take a fight around this tower. They'll let this one go. So Nigma back on track to taking objectives. Us Alliance are now having to be the team that sort of plays on the back foot and wait potentially for Nigma to make some sort of misplay. So what RTW sees, he's in and he's out. He's ready to play around now with the shard.
He didn't take the cooldown. He actually took the attack speed. I thought he would because he got the shard, but
yeah, I think that
so damn good.
Yeah, I think the attack speed is just more appealing here, I guess, because of the fact that the only other damage really coming in is the Invoker, right? So he knows that there's more emphasis on him to just be able to punch down these heroes and get the damage done in the Chrono.
And he got double saved, right? So he should be protected at some point by the Tusker Oracle.
With a smoke.
Straight gone on.
They're going to try and get to the back. Yeah.
Still a minute.
This is... But it is a move that maybe Nigma won't quite expect. Elijah's coming in at this sort of timing. Nigma going to sell down. They've got the high ground here.
That's good. Nico Baby.
Running off the mark, but they're still in. He's going to have to put the BKB. GH comes in with the ball. Nico Baby's going to try and get the jump over on Miracle, but the false bonus is there for Kuro. Kuro's down. They've caught the 2 cores. They managed to trap the PA, trap the sword. They got the damage. RTW pushing down Nico Baby. He has. Takes down Nico Baby. Limp's getting low. Limp's going to use that last bit of mana to get away, and he will do so. Limp actually able to escape. Sunstrike comes down. Will bring him low, but Limp is still living for now. They brought RTW down once. If they can finish on Miracle this time, he's pretty speedy.
Dilation. That little dilation stops that sports spell.
They're on to ILTW. Another time walk. Elias still continuing to chase. They have 5 versus the 4. Tornado holds back the 2 of them. ILTW continue to get focused and run down. Nico Baby starting to run out of mana though. The EMP burning him low, so he's not going to have too much more to jump in with. With that said and done, they'll get the rest of them out of there.
Bounty!
And that's Nico Baby's buyback without getting him almost anything. Actually, not getting anything. He gets GH, which is pretty much irrelevant. And now his complete buildup is just stopped. And now this Void has surpassed them completely. And a small little thing kind of changes things there. Hanskin whiffs the stun onto Miracle and then allows him to actually survive. He gets Fate's Edict. Kuroki actually covers him. He saves him, even though he's getting blasted by Mortimer Kisses in Chrono. All that magic damage negation.
Just an excellent Chrono from ILTW in a very chaotic position, right? You know, Miracle's getting gone on it, and bam, lays it down, trapping both Limp and Nico Baby for a good duration.
Yeah. Limp tried to zip
They're in on it. They're going to drop it, make sure they have that additional damage to bring him down low. He's trying to get away. He's not going to be able to do so. S4 down and out for a minute.
Alliance has lost their complete footing in the game, especially after that Nico Baby buyback. He has to be so careful to not get picked off. And they lost the entire map control now. As Nigma are able to hit hard even without Chrono in multiple different instances. And now they're just getting so many items. BKB finished on Invoker, so he's safe versus the Nyx. That was a really hard game for Alliance to bring back.
Obviously, so the difference in progression here between RTW and Nico Baby. Nico Baby, for the most part, he has been holding that lead These last few minutes, Enigma just being able to pick up the action, get ILTW into these scenarios where he's just nailing these chrono placements. And
it all started off that high ground. You know, just walking up into that high ground a bit blindly into a meteor deafening blast combo. And then the chain kills just continued to happen. Enigma. They're just sticking together. They're not giving up any of these kills. But this Storm and this Nyx Assassin are not going to find any pickoffs. They're ensuring that they sit behind these big cores.
Definitely calming it down quite a bit here, Alliance.
Dilation's just been so problematic for them too. Is my control?
It's a bit of a tease onto Nico Baby, maybe seeing if you can force a BKB out as such. It is Nico Baby very scared now. Having to jump back. That's the one wrong move here. If Nico Baby dies again whilst buyback's on cooldown, it will at least be potentially a set of racks taken away from them.
He's just going to be a full item behind now at this point because of that dieback, or just because of that buyback and not getting anything out of it. Like, he's got the Bastion, which is great. If he had the Satanic, it would feel nice, but even then, ILTW is about to finish up Butterfly soon, so it's problematic for him to get these items out fast enough. Enigma, they're looking for the fight. If they catch the Chrono, it's the same thing. Like, Miracle's already got it prepped. He's got the Meteor and the Sunstrike at the ready.
Okay, they're going to get the jump on him, S4. Then with the Cataclysm to scout out what's out behind him, and S4 just gets destroyed at the start of the fight. That's the Timber Saw gone. Yeah, they close the gap. Tornado buys time for Enigma to surround the Snapfire. Another kill for Miracle is picked up. And Alliance just...
That's without Chrono.
Yeah,
that's just a Stomp and a Stampede. That's the beauty of it. And the thing is, they use Cataclysm, but it's an Arcane move, so that's going to be back up pretty soon for the Chrono Sphere if it does come out. Alliance just... They can't make anything. They can't make any moves. Anywhere they show on the map, Enigma is at the ready to go for them. And they're not catching anybody anymore. Enigma's not splitting up.
A very tough spot for Alliance to get themselves out of now.
Is under attack.
That's Enigma, yeah, ILTW and Miracle. You know, had a bit of a few deaths here and there in the early game, but his performance has risen straight back up to the caliber that Enigma fans would expect from him. As he's having a perfect game. These last few fights, execution, top tier, 12, 5, and 11.
And his supports, they've really saved the day. Like the Tusk, these little snowballs saved from Kuroki's, it really has saved the day, as it was looking quite disastrous for the majority of that early game.
Just full belief in their cause, Enigma, with this sort of lineup. GH and Kuro knowing as long as they can save them and keep mainly Miracle and ILTW alive, these two heroes alone can essentially they can just carry the game straight out. A good Chrono and a combo in the late game from Miracle will set up every team fight for success if Alliance get caught by the jump.
Yeah, now it feels like Alliance now has to do what Enigma needed to do earlier. They need to actually just catch an isolated target and just start with a number advantage somehow. But it's just so tough when they have Kuroki with Blink Dagger, GH with Blink Dagger playing miles away from the team fight.
Butterfly done on ILTW, and as you say, you know, it's coming in onto the high ground. He's going to have to back up on the way over, but he's already very, very low. He's going to dodge some of the Cataclysm. That's actually still alive. Ryan's going to run him down with the Stampede, and they will finally bring him down. GH also going out. He's going to buy back straight away. They're going to continue to try and chase on forward Enigma, but Alliance doing a good job of disengaging with their cores. FNG will get left behind in the river. The rest of Alliance are out there.
Not a bad hit. That was the reveal of the BKB from Miracle that they forced. So they do know now it's down to that 8 seconds.
Oh, it's up.
And
it is.
Timber.
Oh, this is it. Yeah. I mean, can they try for any sort of steal? I don't think so. Lip's completely out of mana. He's got to go all the way back to the fountain to refuel. Fast. And yeah, it really is just gone in a matter of seconds. It's all theirs.
My control has it in his inventory.
He does.
He's just chilling with it.
I surely just want to give us the void, don't you?
You might feel like Stampede is value. But yeah, I would probably give it the void. Would be nice. The Oracle one is actually sick too. He's actually gonna give it to him. He's thinking about it.
Alright, it takes him some. Alright.
It's gotten buffed.
Okay.
So why not?
And so that reduced out. It's going to be nice against these areas, like the PA. That for Nico Baby, it's all about what he can do during the BKB. So if the team stampeded for a good portion of the commitment from Nico Baby with the BKB, the fights are suddenly going to get so much harder. Now, harder than they already are.
Yeah, so that's like pretty much the entire BKB duration.
Yeah, exactly. Oh, they get the jump on Miracle, but then the stage throws into the jump. Force bonus comes out, Miracle ready to turn. Then with the punch up onto Lip, Cataclysm coming down, Lip sent the ball lightning out to the side. Handskin falling low, S4's having a run as Handskin will get nuked down by the Purifying Flames. S4 also to fall as RTW bashes him out of the game, and RTW is not done. Jumping up to the high ground, chasing down FNG. There'll be a buyback from Handskin, but FNG's gone. 2 heroes down on Alliance, no buyback for a minute on both of them.
It's full retreat from Alliance. There's nothing they can do about these big cores now. The Centaur, a bit too tanky. ILTW just leading the charge. He's not invulnerable with his backtrack.
At level 25, he is huge. Alliance, they had a solid early game, but yeah, after that one move, it just fell apart completely. Nigma just took full control, and their line has just really come together. They seem so comfortable with this sort of setup, these sort of saves around RTW and Miracle, that it's just, you can almost feel it in the last half of this game. Alliance, they just don't know what sort of move to make.
Oh yeah, absolutely. It's been like, what, since like that 26 or so minute mark?
But what can they do?
Stopping the fight. They just can't do anything. Handskin is scouting the back lines. They're knowing which heroes to jump, but they can't actually finish them off. At this point now, Nigma's just too farm. They couldn't let Nigma get to this point in the game. They needed to close it out.
That's the melee rack's gone. Nothing that can be done by Alliance. Handskin, he's going to go for a poke on Nico, baby. Sorry, on ILTW.
Yeah, just LTW. He's got most of his mana burned out now.
No, LTW, he's happy to fight. He's got an Aegis, he's got a cheese. He's like, come at me. I'll take you on.
Shifting that inventory.
Illusion.
He's more than happy. He could probably take them all on right now. He's feeling very strong. Just keeping all the lanes pushed in. 27k lead, refresher orb done now on Miracle. The combos aplenty are ready.
Comes the big move, double BKBs as well. He's just so protected as they find Handskin. They have a sentry in the area. Well, at least we'll get to see a pretty light show, hopefully, if a big proto does come down, as Nigma have completely controlled this one now.
We want to see the double cataclysms.
Yeah, let's get it.
We want to see the combos. I mean, Alliance, the jump, can they take it down once? Oh, they can! They can't believe that was sort of the range bash from the dagger there, setting him up to stop him being able to jump away. So that's the Aegis gone. That's a start for Alliance. Jump in on him. Oh, Chrono's down. There's the cataclysm. The double cataclysm coming out. They don't stand a chance. They don't stand a chance as Nico Baby and FNG just get blown up by the combo. And there it is. GG is called. We got a bit of double cataclysm to close the game up. As Nigma will take this game 2, we are going to be going to a game 3.
Good. I think it's appropriate after this. I think Alliance, they played this, the first 20 minutes, honestly, they're pretty perfect.
Yeah.
There's 2 or 3 slip-ups going into high ground blind.